Let's go, let's go, let's go. You are officially in the Michigan Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave, your place for any and all things Michigan football. And we back like we never left. You know, we took a little sabbatical to enjoy this natty,
Natty, baby. Natty.
still riding high. Every from time to time, I have a little dream of the confetti falling since we was in the
Yeah, no.
building.
We was in the
Yeah, no.
building, baby.
Yeah, so y'all know it's y'all host train along with Bowie and Keen.
But we back.
Yes, sir. We are
But
back.
but we're better. We're
And
better.
Go blue, baby.
my question is, I already know the answer for me. I'm gonna ask y'all before we even hop into everything. I'll start with you, Bowie. Has the euphoria worn off, or where are you at with this natty? Are you feeling like it was yesterday? Are you just ready for this season? What's going on?
Little column A, little column B, you know what I'm saying? But the new euphoria ain't never gonna leave. That's probably gonna take another 20 years, but we're gonna get another one before that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it feels like yesterday, like you alluded to a little bit. We were in the building, you know what I'm saying? Actually, you know what I'm saying, down there in Texas, actually got to see the victory, got to see the confetti fall, you know what I'm saying? Got to enjoy the atmosphere. It was just a wonderful experience, man. And hey, whatever you got to say about us, just make sure you put national champ in front of it, and we good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keen, talk to you. You was in the building with us. Keen is the official plug. Somehow, some way, this man will find some tickets for us. So,
No, man.
Keen, how you feeling about that, Natty?
Skybox tickets. We was in a skybox. Man, got the hookup.
Hey, shout out to the
Mm.
actually shout out to the University of Miami, but we're gonna keep that on the low. But um man, look, I go places on Michigan on, people be like, they give you the nod, like, yeah, that's right. So I mean, the luster's still there, man, but I am ready for this season because I don't see why with the defense we have we can't repeat. I'm just put that out there. But I feel great, man. The win, we were there to see all the lore, you know what I mean? To see the culmination of all these seasons of disappointment come together and us being there together, man. That shit was magical. Magical Michigan nights.
Right, right. And it's crazy you said that because it's like, even though we wasn't in the game or playing, it's like we went through all them L's
I
watching
got
this
blood. I
game.
got blood, sweat, and tears in that in
Fact.
that in that game, in that win, man.
Right,
All
right.
of us do.
Hey, it felt like when Donovan was busting them long runs, like I was running with him. Like,
Peace.
Anyways, good to hear. You're right, B. I'm with you. I don't think it's ever really gonna fully wear off, but uh, you don't want to be like, oh, we good for a minute, and they make it sound like you got no expectations for this year.
facts.
But
Yeah.
we waited that long for one, so bear with us if we're still celebrating 6 months later. You know what I'm
You
saying?
do.
Hey, until there's another champ crowned, I'm gonna be celebrating.
Right,
We
right.
Kiss my
came.
eyes so woots.
We came.
Yep. So, anyways, it's a new season though, fellas, and a lot done changed.
Ooh.
Turnover.
And yeah, we got a lot of turnover, but I don't think that uh typically
Mission.
with turnover,
Mission's the
like
same.
yeah, it ain't just we got young guys coming up. Like we've been building a program. So the guys stepping in ain't just young, wet behind the ears guys. These guys been ready. They just waiting their turn. I
Yeah.
really do feel that with a lot of positions outside of maybe just a couple. So it's a new season. I was watching the BTN training camp tour, I think it was, that they showed. Squad is I like the things I heard from the coaches, the players, specifically the offensive coordinator. I really like what he was saying. But that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about this season. So B, I want to start with you. Obviously, the number one question. I feel like we used to have this debate before we finally had a quarterback of our future, which is now in the NFL.
Mm.
We're back circling these wagons again. Back when it was Cade, McNamara, JJ time, or even when it was Joe Milton and Cade or what's my
McCaffrey was there. Then we had a whole
Caffrey,
bunch of
Jay Patterson. Who's it going to be?
the
Who's it going to be?
kid from Indiana. I forgot he went to Purdue. I think. Shoot.
And maybe yeah, come on, O'Corn, Bates.
The freshman. I mean, I know he probably ain't gonna get no burn. But
Nah, they say he ain't getting no.
So we're here again, and maybe I got PTSD just because it never seemed like when there was no surefire guy, it was like it never really works out for us that great. But Keen, I'll let you start this time. Talk to me about this QB situation, because at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's the most important position in sports of any
Sure.
sport. So, any team sport, I should say. So, where you at with it, man? It's going to be the $1 million conversation. We may not know till the game day.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's really contingent on what the offensive coordinator wants to do. What is the offense going to look like if Alec Orji runs it? I mean, word around, camp, and I even read even from Houston is that like he tries to force it. He doesn't like read his progressions, even with running. He'll try to force it sometimes, but we haven't seen enough of him to say that. So it's hard to say that. But with Davis Warren, he had a great spring game. He looked good. He's had beat leukemia. So he's battled some things. So he's a fighter, and he can throw the ball. I was watching on YouTube, 247 Sports said that he can throw it just like JJ, but the other aspect, he's not that. He doesn't run it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the battle right now. I think Tuttle, he's injured, so he's not in it, of course. But I mean, it's just what we want, and I think I want to see both. You know what I mean? To be honest, just like how we started when we did have these battles, you would see both at the beginning, who won it, whoever won it, and then he would still be trying to figure out 3 games into the season, Harbaugh. But he's not here anymore. We have an offensive-minded guy with Sharon Moore, so we'll see. I mean, but I want to see Orji, of course, because just of the you know what I'm saying, the athletic build or whatever that he brings to the game, the running. But it's whoever's gonna win his games to me. But that's the outlook for me. I can't really place it and see who's winning because they haven't decided yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're only 10 minutes into the new podcast season, and he's dodging questions already, boys.
Hey,
would you like to give an answer who you think's
gonna? Hey, my bad. Go ahead.
Hey man, you know who I want back there. I want an orgy party back there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, give me the orgy. Yeah. No, but all joking aside, I want to see Orji back there. But not for the reason that you think, Train. We talked about this a little bit. I don't want to see him try to be dynamic, try to be the superhero. Hopefully he took some notes from JJ last year, where JJ, he didn't have to be the man, you know what I'm saying? He just made the plays that he needed to make when he needed to make them. You know what I'm saying? You got Edwards back there. We got an offensive line that they might not have seen the field that much, but they're seniors, you know what I'm saying? They're upperclassmen. Run behind that line. Your boy, I'll let you get into that, Drain, but we got a running back, kind of like stable by committee, you know what I'm saying? Thunder and lightning type deal back there. Rely on them. Again, we got some dynamic players out at the receiver position. So he doesn't need to be that guy, you know what I'm saying, with his athleticism, you know what I'm saying, just when it's time to make those plays that we need to win ball games, make those plays. Moore did have a good spring game, and he's been the bee's knees. But I would rather go with the guy that's been in our program. He was the backup last year, so you know what I'm saying. Again, that experience sitting behind JJ, learning the things he needs to learn, and actually seeing what it takes to win a national championship, I think will give him the advantage.
Yeah,
and hopefully give him the nod. You know what I'm saying, to be the starter.
My bad. I want to see Orji too. That was my answer. My bad.
all right.
My bad. I was dancing around it. My fault. I want to see Orji too.
His crown cutting off his circulation.
Chill out. Chill out. It's foam. Shit. It ain't
even.
Warren. Warren been around for a minute too, B. So you know, as far as being around, they both been around. But I know what you're saying. Like Orji seems like he was close. He was in
He was, the nigga behind the start, you know.
Real times he was in big games and all that.
Right.
So I feel you. I feel you on that. So I'm gonna pick. I want Orgy to start, and I do think he's going to start. But I do think at some point, if he cannot throw the ball down the field, and I agree with you, B. Let's protect him. Look, sprint out passes, check downs, dump offs, all that, so he can show us he can throw. And I ain't trying to go at he a black QB. He can't throw this, that, and the third. He threw one pass last year.
Yeah.
Right.
And at the end of the day, that's the facts and statistics behind it. That ain't opinion.
Right.
So if you throw one pass, I can't fully trust you, regardless of who you are, as far as a passer. And then everybody said he's got like this cannon strong arm. Obviously, we know his physical traits. He can run, he's fast, he's strong. He's got all of that. So if at all they can figure it out, they need to figure it out as far as I'm concerned. So I do hope that he does start. Obviously, some people have been saying out of camp that he is throwing the ball a lot better. I love to hear that, but I don't think anybody also would say, yeah, he looks like shit.
Right.
We're in trouble.
So you gotta take it with a grain of salt a little bit. But and then what I heard on Davis Warren was they said he layers the ball. So I'm guessing he seems like he's got touch, like he can, it got a real catchable pass. When I hear that word, that's what comes to mind for me. Go ahead, King. You got something to add?
Yeah, he was Scout Team Player of the Year 2021 under Scully. So I mean, and reports say he can throw it, just not mobile as JJ. So
yeah, and everything I was reading about his past was saying like he was projecting like Power 5 D1 at the time. He didn't have him, but he missed his senior year because of the cancer thing and then COVID and all that. So he never really got his full chance to really get out there and go crazy. So we could be sitting on something they don't even know about, So with all that being said, I want Orgy to win a job just because of the other. It's college football. You got to have a dual threat most of the time.
Gotta have a quarterback. Dual threat is the ideal.
Most of the time, the other team does too.
Right. Yep, exactly. In Michigan, that's how we got beat all them other years back in the day when we used to lose. Like, oh, we're gonna play Texas and Vince Young is like, here they go. It's like the autumn Ohio State years. They had quarterbacks running. Just we got it. We finally got it last year and see what happened. So
even just the threat of it, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna help.
But you can't just rush willy-nilly and run past me. Like he might take off. So sticking with offense though, all right. So I think we're all in agreement there. Orgy, we all want him to be the guy. We all think he's going to be the guy. And we'll just see how it plays out from there. So
hey, Orgy, are you the guy?
Right. We'll know soon. Enough, at least. But I do like what you said though, Keen, or maybe who you said, I can't remember, where they used to a couple games, let them see who's doing better out there, hey, if Warren comes out there, Doug, and it's like
it's dotting
you up, he's like 12 for 14, 188 yards in like one half, like you're like, oh, hold on.
Sorry, Orgy.
Right.
I have to wait on that menage.
Right.
That's gonna be a pun all season if he's the starter.
It's gonna be on t-shirts and everything.
Especially if he ends up balling out, it's gonna be everywhere.
Facts.
Yep.
So Orgy me.
No, it was a touchdown orgy in the end zone.
I'm speaking out of context. I don't need to say.
Not even gonna get past this podcast with the puns. Let's stick with offense though. Obviously, is well known knowledge that Sharon Moore is our head coach now. So we do have a new OC who was our quarterback's coach last year. And again, all we can do is go off reports because we've seen nothing yet. So we just got to hear what the average guys like us get through third parties or whatever. Right. So what they're saying though is his pass game is a lot more he's got a lot more in his bag than essentially Harbaugh was like willing to like really let him
Go with.
open it up to. Now, you can't blame Harbaugh. At the end of the day, it's like, hey, why are you getting outside our body? It's like when we play NCAA and we throw a pick that we know we shouldn't have thrown.
Ah,
Stay in your body and run that stretch play.
Welcome back, college football.
Yeah, welcome back. NCAA 25. If y'all on it, get with us. Y'all can we can set up a game with any of the listeners out there if y'all want to play
What you want to do?
any of us on here.
when you
But
ready to get popped.
I'm hoping this is the case. And I'm hoping that here's what he said that I was happy about on the BTN training camp tour that they showed. He was saying, like, my job is to put these guys into position to make plays with the skill sets that they have. Nothing more, nothing less. So I'm like, hey, find your personnel, do what they do well, and that's all you really got to do at the end of the day. You know, he's not trying to fit what they do into his box.
Right.
It's like these guys.
That's what you want to hear from an offensive coordinator.
That's what you want to hear. And, you know, it's somewhat of a coach speak, but I'm happy he's just like, keep it simple. That's all I need to do. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm excited about what he could do. But I think, let me ask you this, B. In terms of, on the other side of it, though, Sharon Moore is still smash, smash, smash. That's his motto. He's an old line coach at heart.
Right.
And so I'm trying to wonder where that balance is going to be when you're out looking to our offense as far as like scheme. We'll get into some guys, but just as far as scheme, like run pass wise, just overall, you think it's going to be more of the same? You think Sharon's going to let it open him up a little bit more, or we ain't got the quarterback to do it, or where you at with it all?
I think he will give him the reins. Just because if we're going off the motto, he said, I know my personnel and I let them do their thing. Edwards to me isn't built to be like that smash mouth power back. You know what I'm saying? Like run between the tackles. You know what I'm saying? He's a more get him out in space, receiver type back. You know what I'm saying? To where we spread them out, get them on one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying?
Matchup nightmare.
Matchup. Yep. Use them that way. And then with all the speed we got on the outside, Samaj. You know what I'm saying? Morgan, Morris. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not like Morris is 5'11". Like he's not a blocker. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have big receivers as our starters right now to be out there on the wings blocking too much. You know what I'm saying? So I think we will, you know what I'm saying, still rely on the run as our foundation because that's who we are at heart. But I think he'll give him the reins and let him open it up a little bit just because of the skill sets we have on that side of the ball.
Right. It almost seems like it would have been, and it's hard to, you know, counter last year's. At the end of the day, we won. That's all that matters. But it seemed like if he would have almost let JJ get in his bag a little more last year, it might not even have been that close. You know what I mean? Because it was like, don't make the mistake, play safe, punt, defense, run the ball. So it's like, man, who knows what would have happened? And I was like, almost like this year, oh, you got the reins to do it, but I ain't got JJ. So it's like, I'm trying to figure out where they going.
Right.
Where's that happy medium at? Keen, I don't know if you got any input on that, but
I can't even take credit for it. I ain't no player hater, plagiarizer, but somebody said James Yoder, actually, Michigan Report on YouTube, said that don't be surprised if it looks Denardish in 2010 because we got the small receivers, we got the athletic quarterback, you know, athletic running back, receiving running back, like the read option, crossing routes, you know what I'm saying? Get him open in space. I wouldn't be mad at that. And then go for the big plays, go off the run, because if we're looking at run, I heard 40-plus times a game, that's going to open up play action and open up big plays. And just like when Kirtland was the OC, when Sharon was head coach those 3 games, we brought some tricky plays out in those games, like something I don't think Harbaugh would have really, you know what I'm saying, went for. But we'll see what happens. I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going if we do Denard, I think we're going to be all right with RG back there.
Yeah. All right, I just want to talk about some specific players now on offense. We can I was gonna save it for the end, but let's just stick while we're on offense. I want some players that you guys think are going to be breakout players for this offense. And last year we made some. I like to say my breakout player made one of the biggest plays of the year in Tyler Morris against Alabama, hitting that sideline. That was my pick last year. And he didn't have a crazy year.
That was a big play though.
That was a big play. He did have a couple games where he made some like timely catches and things like that. Nothing crazy though. But King, talk to me about your breakout player. It could be a lineman. I know we didn't talk much about the line and us.
We're skill guys. We're skill guys.
Yeah. Well, we can talk a little bit about the line, but go for it. Who you think this year is going to be like possibly that dude on his offense?
I didn't pick him last year, but I circled him. And he's been real controversial because he hasn't, I don't know, panned out, as if you would say, like he was supposed to. Former 4-star, Marion Walker. He was came in as a receiver, 6'3", switched to DB for 2 years, transferred.
That was so weird to me.
It was, wasn't it? The only reason he transferred was because he wanted to play receiver. And I guess with the new guard, maybe he transferred too soon. So Sharon, he came back, he transferred back to Michigan. Now he's playing receiver. So, and just to that point, we don't, and I'm giving him some grace because he came back home. You know what I'm saying? He came back home. He was like,
he's on the team now. So he's
getting good food on the strength conditioning plan. And the only reason I bring him up is because we don't have that big receiver. Bowie made a good point. We don't have that big go up, catch it, rangy. And he's 6'3", and he's second, you know what I'm saying, behind the 3 starting receivers, of course. But he's back there with Kendrick Bell, O'Leary and them. But he's athletic. He ran track. So I feel like he can be big in the offense if we need that go up and get it type receiver. That's why I'm thinking he could be a breakout receiver. Also, just with his athleticism and getting open, I feel like he could be a breakout player. Could be.
Okay. I like it. I ain't mad at that. I hope you're right, because we desperately use that big body receiver like y'all talking about. B, go ahead.
Just to add a little bit on the King's point too, he is wearing number 1.
He is wearing number 1.
Y'all know the history. Y'all know the history of certain numbers that we have. When cats have those numbers, you kind of think expectations. You know what I'm saying? Because we usually, or before, we didn't just hand those numbers out. You know what I'm saying? You had to earn them. But more to my offensive hopeful or my breakout player, I'm going with my man Orji. Just like Train alluded to, Keenan, you've been alluding to it a little bit. You need a quarterback. The team goes as the quarterback goes. And right now we lost a good one. You know what I'm saying? But just hearing about his, again, I don't want to harp on the athleticism like Train said, like black quarterback. Oh, he can run. But hearing about his strength, you know what I'm saying? I haven't heard a lot about his leadership. Now I don't know if that comes because he doesn't know if he's the starter or not. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's not a vocal leader. Maybe he leads by example. But that I want to hear more about. You know what I'm saying? What his role is as one of the returners from last year's team is. But yeah, him being a dual threat, being able to run a little bit gives us an extra dynamic on offense. Like Train said, again, they can't just rush willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be a controlled rush. So that even gives you time to look around because, people ain't just coming in there all crazy. So hopefully he wins out the job. If he doesn't, that means somebody's playing better than him, and I won't be upset with that either. But my hopeful, just given his skill set, would be Orji this year.
Another one. I pray both of y'all.
The only makes us successful, the more right we are.
And just to add to that real quick, that's his strength and athleticism. That freaks list. He was number 16 on there. So
right,
the Feldman freaks list, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was a list, every person we've had on that list in the past has went to the league. It was like Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary, them type of cats was all.
Word.
Hey, and
Chris
sneakily,
Jenkins.
number 90 is our second string tight end, Marlon Klein,
Fine.
out of Germany.
Talking about
I be using him.
I hope I didn't burst anybody's player. I know you only left Train, but dang,
no, you didn't. But yeah, he's actually solid on NCAA 25. Like Loveland, they got on there. He's nice on the game too, but
Yeah,
Klein, he's sneakily good on there. So I got high hopes. I got high hopes for him too. But no, my player is Keen. I already told B because he was over here yesterday, and it was a slight shocker for him. Probably a B for you because I got PTSD when it comes to this guy. And he was somebody that I didn't even want on the field just because of one of his major blunders ever. But I am choosing him as my breakout player this year. They say he done lost a little weight. He done got a little faster, but still got his power. My breakout player is going to be Mullings. Mullings at running back. He did get out of the doghouse a little bit last year. He played better. Obviously, the big fumble, if anybody's wondering what I'm referring to, against TCU on the 1 yard line after Roman Wilson really scored a touchdown and they called him down at the 1. Then we fumbled.
Never recovered after that.
Yeah. And so I kind of held that against him maybe too long.
Rightfully so.
But he had a couple of good runs last year, a couple of solid plays, and they're saying, like I said, he's lost a little weight, but they said not to the point where he's like a small back. He's still gonna be powerful, but I think he's gonna have maybe a hair more wiggle than he did. And it kind of goes back to what B was talking about. Like, although you do want to fit your players into that mold of what they're doing well, like we can't, like you said, we can't just abandon being a smash mouth team either.
Yeah.
So if it's in a game, I'm going to say this now. If we're in a game that is super crazy physical, like if we're playing like the Natty last year, Washington, we just out-bullied them, running lanes everywhere. Obviously, that's a game built for Donovan. He could hit the lanes, home run hitter, he's out of there.
Right.
If it's not much space cooking in the trenches and we ain't really protecting the quarterback, i.e. like a Penn State game last year, like I think Mullins might come in handy and maybe be the guy more suited for if it is a 3rd and 2, a 3rd and 4, and we're gonna run it. So, and I do expect him to
get that tough yardage.
Yeah. So if the game turns into one of them,
right,
I wouldn't be surprised at this time. And Donovan, maybe, and I know Donovan, he didn't have a great season last year. Honestly, we want to call it what it is.
He had big plays when we needed him, but not a great season.
Yeah, right. It seemed like every time. Remember, we were saying, man, he just had that one last person to.
Right. We for a long time last year on the podcast, we were waiting for him to show up.
Exactly. So it's almost like, I don't want to say the consensus, but the Michigan fans kind of are like, we got Donovan Edwards back, and it's like, what if he didn't do that in the Natty? You might not be as high because he busted 2 long runs, and one, you want to call it what it was, he ran into the back of a dude still with kind of bad vision, and it was just so open. So, I mean, I know the home run power he has, and if anybody thinks I'm dogging Donovan Edwards, I'm not. I know he has breakaway ability, but he's shown some.
In between the tackles, he's not that. You know what I mean? The plays he did break away, he ran into the back of the line. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
we were saying it was like last year. I mean, don't say we getting down on him because last year we have already said all this stuff. We were like, where is his vision? Like, why is he running into people? You know what I'm saying? Like that last person, he can't like visually see that in the corner of his eyes. You know what I'm saying? Make him miss and get out of there. So this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? We glad to have him back, but ain't
and if we seen it, offensive coordinator Kirkland seen it. So, like I said, we get him out and spread him out and get him matchups.
Why you keep calling him Kirkland? Kirk Campbell.
Yeah, my bad. Dang. I don't know why I mixed that up.
You put a booty on
right here too.
You know he'll mispronounce somebody's name.
I'll call him the totally wrong person.
We know who you talk about.
Kirk Campbell. I got it written down right here. I just, man, This ain't liquor.
make
This
up a
ain't
name
liquor.
for
This
you,
water. This
daggone it.
water.
Real quick, I just do want to touch on this line because obviously that's the heart and soul of this, all this we talking about.
Yep.
The one player that I do want to bring up, first off, mostly everybody is guys who've been around. You know, Crippen, El Hadi.
Yeah, Hadi, he been around.
Yeah, Hadi been around, but I want to talk about
The youngest cat is a junior.
Yeah, Hinton. They saying Hinton's
Gentry.
gonna be on one of the tackles.
Left tackle, yeah.
But he kind of didn't do what he was supposed to do last year, and he started getting benched. So they saying like this is his last shot. Like if you really want a shot at the league, you got to boss up this year. So we'll see what he does. But I'm excited about this transfer we got. They say he's a beast. They're almost saying he's like that Zach Zinter, Bredesen type of guard that we had in the past, them type of guys. And he's supposedly moving people around out there. So, and he's played big time ball in the Big Ten, obviously, at Northwestern. So I think our line is actually going to be, I'm not going to say as good as they've been, but everybody's just quick to say, man, they lost so much, they ain't got it this year. Like, these dudes been around and like I said, they've been waiting their turn. So they're hungry. I heard Gol Hadi on a podcast talking about, hey, most dudes would have transferred, but at Michigan, we wait our turns, we play for our brothers, and all this, that, and the third. I'm like,
oh, that shit you want to hear. Oh, that shit you want to hear. Warmed your heart, warmed your blood up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this may be why we won the Natty, because we're going about things a little different than most right now in this state of college football. NIL.
With all the money flowing.
Ohio State, just what they spend, 15 million or some crazy number on these guys. It's like, that don't always work, bro. It don't always work. Like a team bonding, team camaraderie, chemistry, that stuff matters. Like I'm going to war with my brother as opposed to
willing to die for your brother.
I'm here for 1 year to get this check and hit the league. That's what other people is doing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
To that point, Train, ask Florida State how much buying a player, how much it can affect camaraderie.
Upset City.
They got G-Teched.
G-Teched. 1.8 million for that quarterback. 1.8 million for that quarterback. But he don't got the spirit of Florida State in him. You know what I'm saying? He's a mercenary, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get paid regardless.
Right. Sometimes that can backfire on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Ohio State rivalry, all those players that they bought. We got cats, you know what I'm saying, that have been in the rivalry for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Like these cats that's coming in, they don't necessarily got that same bigger and vibe, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Great point. I like that.
Mercenary style. I came here to get my money, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that plays a huge part in those dubs.
Yep. All right, let's move it over, man. Let's move it over to defense, which this is the side of the ball where people are acting like we're not about to be as good. I honestly I honestly think there's a possibility we could be better. So
I feel you on that though.
Hey, I like the excitement.
Right.
About
That's
it.
Me. That's me, gang. That's me.
I take that to believe that you agree with what I'm saying, and the passion is spilling out over there. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you take it away. What's your
first week?
I'm just over here like, so we rant and rave, like the Minnesota coach rant and raved about our depth, how we brought like 75 and played 74, and like the depth we had on defense last year. It's like, okay, we still got our defensive line, which is the heart and soul of a defense. You know what I'm saying? Start up front in the trenches. And then we got Derek Moore returning. And then we got the linebacker crew that you want to have on your team too. And then our DBs. Shout out to Rob Moore. But other than that, like, I mean, we got players. Even my guy, who I'm gonna pick as my defensive player, sleeper breakout. Oh, and to bring up, last year, my pick, this right here, Mike Sainristil. You know, he goes down as a Michigan legend.
So he was a pretty good player last year. He was a pretty good player.
Pretty good at these picks, you know, on defense. No, I'm just playing. Jair Hill, man. He got some time last year. Got freshman of the year versus ECU. Had 4 tackles. Or freshman of the year, freshman of the week. Had 4 tackles versus ECU. In the span of 4 games, he had I believe it was 8 tackles. But he had a tackle in each game, and then he had the 2 in the ECU game. But he's rangy, 6'2", athletic, just like Will on the other side.
Well, I like
He
that.
can
We got 2 tall corners that can.
they can move, and he's a former 4-star recruit. Like I said, rangy, and I mean he's primed to start, projected to start at that second cornerback or in the nickel spot. So I expect him to be like do big things because he's gonna get tested because Will Johnson on the other side, like they ain't gonna be too much going at him. So we're gonna see early if he's battle tested and ready to go. But I feel like he's gonna succeed because of the game preparation that he's had and the development of course, Michigan football, strength training, all that good stuff. So Jair Hill, step to the platform, fam.
Let's go. And I heard some reports on him that they said he was like um maybe that was John Jansen's podcast potentially. I think I heard it on there. He was saying Jair Hill is like they were saying like he's like a little like scrapper out there. Like he plays like kind of mad, like he's one like I play. He's a competitor, I guess. Like I'm ready to go toe to toe with you out here. So you like that in the corner,
right? His signing day video was kind of like you saw it in him. You know what I mean? Like he was because he was a surprise sign when we got him. So he was like, okay, yeah, he got some fire about him. He got something about him.
Yeah, yep. So B defense, talk about we got Wink Martindale out here now, who he said himself, y'all worried about the DC. I'm the OG of the past 2 you've had. I taught them
the architect
what they know. So what you think about Wink? Got a breakout player? Just give us some overall thoughts on defense.
My overall thoughts on defense kind of mirror what King said. It's the depth. I mean, his highlighted player is the youngest cat in the secondary. He's sophomore, you know what I'm saying? But still with experience, like King was saying. I think a guy that's flying way under the radar just because we have so many star-studded cats on the defense is Makari. Starting strong safety, bro. Like last year,
playing for a minute, yeah.
Last year when in the passing game, he only had 8 receptions on him. He was targeted 14 times, totaling 86 yards. So he can pass cover as well as stick his pads in there, and stick people. But you know what I'm saying? We was talking so much about Mason Graham, in the D line, and then old boy Giannis Will, you know what I'm saying, that he kind of flew under the radar. Bright spot is Rob Moore, even though he's not, you know what I'm saying, playing. He is or may have the opportunity to come back. You know what I'm saying? I know that probably depends a lot on like where we're at in the season. Because I definitely don't want him to jeopardize, you know what I'm saying, his future playing career. But if he comes back, you know what I'm saying, the defense will get even stronger, you know what I mean? But he's coaching them guys up from the sideline, holding them down. But my breakout player is actually a transfer. And this kind of goes against what I just said about hiring people in. But
we spot pick though. It's not an overhaul. Right. It's like where's a little gap, fill it. It's not let's just go see who the best players are.
A whole team,
that position and bring them in.
Right. Yeah. But it's Jayshawn Barham. He's from the conference, transferred over from Maryland. All the reports are saying that he looks good, sideline to sideline, as well as sticking his pads in there. The thing I noticed most is about last year. When we played Maryland, you know what I'm saying, that was one of our tougher games. And we always allude to how like Maryland like plays us tough. He was a part of that defense. They held JJ. What was his stats? I know he was the one that got the interception and picked him off. You know what I'm saying? So he can D up in the pass and getting all those other teams like the Oregons, USCs, UCLAs. I know those teams like to pass a lot. So it's good to know that we got somebody in the middle that can kind of cover the pass. But yeah, I think he's gonna have a good year. And lastly, again, he's wearing that number 1. So they was like, hold on, I got it written down from MazingBrew.com. They said when you put on that number 1 before you even take a snap, that sends a message before you even step out on the field that you probably one of them guys, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mazing Brew. They put that quote in there, and I agree. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting big things out of him.
Yeah.
And they said he gained 15 pounds of muscle when he got there too.
Yeah, he's like, I saw some pictures. That dude is like, he looks like he's like shredded too. Like he got some definition and he got his arms out. I was like, whoa.
You've been in Maryland for 2 years. You come into our program and gain 15 pounds like that. You got a beefy program.
They ain't us. They ain't like us.
Right.
So yeah, I think with the defense, man, Wink, obviously taking over as DC. You know, he's been in the NFL for X amount of years. He hasn't been in college in a while, but I don't think that's as important as maybe it once was in the past because the pro game is almost, it's weird. You know, usually like the college game will start taking what the pro is. Like typically that's how it always worked. But now it's like the pro is using more college principles with like RPO, quarterback runs.
Right.
Like, you know, it was used to be pro drop back.
I form.
Yeah,
Right.
keep a pocket. Now it's like, you know, you got the Jalen Hurts out there, Lamar's, and it's like hey, you got to account for everything. We'll quarterback run it all day if you can't stop it. So Wink do have some experience with that. Not to mention he was with the Ravens, so he's seen that type of, you know, dual threat offense every single day, you know, coaching against Lamar essentially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
our pipeline. The
right.
Ravens pipeline.
Right.
Keep that strong. Keep that alive, man. Keep that alive.
Just like you saying, Train, we share a lot of the same concepts as the Ravens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or even if it's just not them in the pros, he done played against some quarterbacks that, you know what I'm saying, was dual threat. You DC for that long, and even more so recently. And I think everybody kind of got caught up on his last year with the Giants, which was not really that good. But you know, at the end of the day,
Nothing with the Giants really is.
you're right. At the end of the day, you're gonna have bad seasons. A great coaches can have bad seasons, right? So I don't really hold that against him, maybe as much as some do. The knock I have been hearing, which he said, I don't know how this rumor even got out, is that he blitzes too much and it's going to be like Don
Brown.
Don Brown, yeah. He's like,
Burrell.
yeah, just throw everybody, throw everybody on a blitz when this ain't working. He like, I don't even know why y'all said that or where y'all got that from. So he kind of shot that little rumor down, which I like to hear because I didn't like that when Don Brown used to do that either. Hey, we keep bringing up NCAA 25, blitz everybody if you want, and you're giving up 6 the next play. So that part was kind of realistic with Don Brown, especially in the big games. That's how we got torched. So hoping Wink don't do that. As far as my breakout player, though, I was really struggling, man. I was really struggling between the two ends because I wanted to pick Josiah Stewart, but then I was like, man, but I think Derek Moore really might be really be that guy. Like it's kind of nice though, because Stewart got a little more speed. He's a little more like, you know, got that burst off the edge, but Moore's kind of he got good speed, but he's strong as hell. So
power.
I'm going with Moore though, man. I think he has a double-digit sack season. Which would be 10 sacks or close to it. All right. I know that's lofty, right?
Yeah.
I do think he has that ability. But if you remember with Hutchinson and Ojabo, and I'm not saying these guys are that, right? Because that'd just be like, all right, you ran way too far now. But
swung the pendulum too far.
Right. One was Hutch was like had some speed, but obviously, you know, Hutch wasn't like no speed rusher. He just had combo, speed and power, moves.
Right.
And then on the other side was Ojabo, just like a speedster off the edge. And I kind of see the same little setup with these two. So, you know, they used to high low each other. One, I'm gonna run past him, so he steps up. You cut under, like they used to kill cats. Like, I see some of that going on this year with these cats. But ultimately, I think Moore is going to have a great season, and I think our defense is going to be better. Our D line, I think, is the best in the country. Those 4 across the board.
Sean Benny, and
well, no, just
he's going to be subbing in there, but him Trent, coming in, you know what I mean?
Mason,
or
Josiah Stewart and Moore. Them 4 right there. Which might
you want them on your team?
With what B said to the linebackers, like if you're a linebacker, that's a dream D line in front of you. Like
Facts.
Nobody
could
can
pick and
get to you.
choose.
It's like you have to double team them dudes. Like
Right.
Kenneth Grant, I know we ain't even talking enough about
You-
him probably.
He was on the freak list, number 3.
Yeah, Kenneth Grant, man. Like, I mean, I do think Mason Graham is the best D lineman, but the ceiling possibly might even be higher for Kenneth Grant. As crazy as that sounds.
Right.
Can
Go
I
ahead,
add
King.
to that real quick? Can I add to that real quick? Same dude, James Yoder, said his circle, he got followers on YouTube, you know, Michigan Report, said that don't be surprised if Kenneth Grant is the number 1 draft pick. I didn't say that. I didn't say
I didn't even know that he
that.
said
I
that.
didn't say that. James
Yeah.
Yoder, YouTube. Look him up.
That's
He said,
huge.
And I heard Kenneth Grant, he said himself that they asked like what was he working on the most, like what aspect of your game, and I'm thinking he about to say this or that. The third, he's like conditioning. He said last year I played an average of 20 to 25 plays. He said this year I'm gonna play 50 plays. So
That's huge, bro. That's huge.
that's what you want to hear from a big feller.
Facts.
That's huge. We already done seen him get that. Was that a pick or a fumble? He got the one game. We saw him chase down the tailback from Penn State. Like he done had some freak plays already for somebody that big.
So now after he chased down that running back, he had to sit out 10 plays. Now he only have to sit out 3 because he's been working on his conditioning. That's huge, bro.
Chasing down running backs and shit.
Right.
Keen, you brought up Benny. Like he's kind of like the one that nobody talked about. He started playing good till he got hurt last year.
Yeah.
So
we were kind of like, dang, he's hurt. Dang, that's messed up.
We got a lot of depth again, and we got
like,
a lot of cats that we ain't even mentioning that were playing really good because people like people were doing amazing things. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sanders still was getting a lot of the shine, but it was like people around him was still playing good too. You know what I mean?
Burrows is gonna have a good season at the nickel if he starts there.
That's the question. That's the position I wanted to ask y'all about because I was just about to say when B was saying Sanders still. I'm thinking now because that's the one position that probably I'm the most up in air on because it sounds like Jair Hill is going to start that other corner opposite Will, but that nickel because I'm hearing some Zeke Berry talk over, and if you peep on the game, Zeke Berry in certain formations he's in over Nick Burrows. So I'm like, I think don't the schools have to turn that stuff in? So
overall.
Yeah, so I don't know what to believe. So that was an important position for us last year. It's like a Swiss Army knife type role that Mikey Sanders still, and obviously he's a great player.
Got MVP of the defense to be. I mean, like you know what I mean, like
for real. So
like that shit to perfection.
McBurrows, to your point though, Ken, if he ain't ready now, I don't know if he's gonna be ready.
Yeah. It's just like a senior on college football in the game. It's like, man, like I got a freshman that's like maybe two overalls less. Like,
Right.
And he ain't been the same since he got dubbed in the locker room. McBurrows.
What you doing over there alone, man?
Right. At least it seemed like there was a lot of talk about him around that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, McBurrows, he gonna be straight. And then it's like, when?
Where is it at?
It ain't now. Mikey gone. You've been around. And It's always just been like, oh, we'll see what he does instead of like, oh, we hearing some crazy. Like, how you talking about Jair Hill? Like, we haven't had that conversation about McBurrows. Like, he's coming on. It's like a wait and see type
and
of
thing. Ain't really heard much about him, you know what I'm saying, from spring camp, you know what I'm saying? Like when we gonna get that pop from
Make a name for yourself, man. That's all you can do.
That's a good point y'all made. That's an important position on this defense.
Hey man, take your power back, man. Don't let him break you. Like you said, he ain't been right since he got jumped in the locker room.
Defense, Sanders still.
Yep. And we ain't talking about. I think Hausman's going to have a good year too because he was another one sitting last year. He played, but like, he wasn't.
We had dog linebackers, man. We had Colson and Barrett. Like, what you gonna do? Like, you gonna get your plays. Just make the best of it when you get in. That's all.
Other reports coming out of camp because Rod Moore, obviously, we know he went down.
Yeah.
So we're like, obviously that was bad news because everybody knows how good he was. But it's like
Captain and everything.
I thought the dude from Michigan State he was like one of their best players on defense. Mangum, number 3 in the state, or number 1, maybe. I can't remember. Anyways, I was like, well, shoot, Mangum probably gonna step up and take that spot now and then I'm hearing, oh, he ain't starting. He's like battling for the second string spot with another dude for the 2 deep. They say Quentin Johnson is getting that spot. And obviously, we had some ups and downs with days with Quentin Johnson, but he started playing really good towards the end of last year too. He the one that stripped Milroe in that in the Rose Bowl. So, and he had that big hit against Ohio State. He made some big plays. So it's like they seem like they're rocking with the dudes that's pretty much been there.
Been there. Yeah, I like that. Y'all know I'm a big fan of that.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the secondary. But overall, man, I think we're in good shape. It still hurts that Rod Moore ain't there because that would have just been like, yeah, loaded.
We wouldn't even be it's just a question mark there. You know what I'm saying? Just because we don't know who's filling that role, we'd have just been solid, like no question marks.
Right.
On the whole defensive side of the ball.
Yep. Pretty much. But like you were saying, B, the other day, you were like, with a D line like that, I mean, the secondary is almost going to have to be like, you ain't going to have to hold up forever.
Right.
Let's eat these scraps that they're going to give us.
Right.
There's going to be some fly balls coming out.
You can sit back. Hey, King, you can sit back there and just catch picks.
Yep.
Let's mess with these curl hook flat sliders. Let's mess with, you know what I'm saying? 15 yards. You already know they're gonna be running quick routes. It ain't gonna be nothing deep where you got take 5-step drops because they gotta get the ball out of there.
Right.
Better get it out.
All right. Let's talk special teams real quick. I know we got this kicker that transferred in. What's his name? Can anybody remember his name off the top? But they said he's like
Doman.
No, Doman a punter.
Is it Zavada?
Zavada, yeah, Zavada. I think it's Zavada, yeah. They're saying he's like been in practice like he was 5 or 6 from 50 yards or something crazy. Like the numbers was like what for a college kicker. So, and I think he transferred. See where he transferred from, B. I think it was. I don't know why I want to say. I don't know why I wanted to say Middle Tennessee State. some random. It was a random school, but obviously it's always a couple.
Arkansas State.
Is it Arkansas State?
Dominic Zavada, Arkansas. Yeah.
Arkansas. Yeah. Okay. I knew it was some different kind of school.
My internet Arkansas.
But hey man, kickers in the last of each few years, kickers done saved our ass.
James Turner, place kicker. Remember I picked him?
Yeah. Yep. Turner saved us a couple games. Obviously, Moody. Before that, made some big kicks. So it's like now we got a new kicker. And it sounds
see what you're made of.
It sounds like from all accounts that he's super, super solid. My question for y'all is when we flip it around, because I feel like we've never really put the players that all of us consensusly agreed upon returning kicks or punts back there. It's always been your boy, Thaw, B.
What about the cat that fucking fumbled on the fucking 1 yard line?
Yeah, that's Thaw.
Put his ass on ice.
Yeah, that's Thaw. So
not surprisingly, he's not on the roster this year.
Thaw was out there last year, but this year, who y'all want to see? Let's start with punt return. I know Morgan, he had a couple good punt returns, but he had a couple shaky returns too with muffs and things like that. So, B, being that you return punts once upon a day.
Let me see.
Like him back there. Tyler Morris?
That's what I was just about to say, dog. Tyler Morris. Give him a shot back there. See what he could do. I'm not pissed with Morgan. mean, hopefully, because, you know what I'm saying, like you said, he had a couple shaky ones. Experience is a mug back there, you know what I'm saying? So just don't put somebody back there that just has never done it before, you know what I mean? So
Right.
luckily, we got Fresno State up first, so you'll get an opportunity to get some reps versus lesser competition if it is somebody new. But yeah, either Morris or Morgan wouldn't be bad.
You agree with that,
Give me,
Ken? Any
yeah,
names
give me
you would
Morgan,
swap
man.
out?
Put Morgan back there. I ain't seen enough of nobody else. I know he's
Right?
got some
It's
drops.
like who do you put back there? Like you can't put
I ain't seen.
Donovan Edwards back there.
I haven't seen much of nobody else, and I know he had some drops, Morgan, but now he's be a seasoned, you know what I'm saying, player. Now you're a national champ. Now you got the jitters out. So now get the business, get to work.
Yeah.
Or I'll even say Kendrick, give him some reps back there since you know what I'm saying he ain't on
Since his
he ain't
brother was
starting in the receiver
brother
rotation.
was a returner, he's like a little bigger than Ronnie though, ain't he? He's
Kendrick
like,
Bell, yeah.
Yeah, he like 6'2".
Yeah, see,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he did have a nice TD catch in the spring game.
Right.
If you got some jig with the Jag.
And that's me saying that is just like getting more weapons on the field, you know what I'm saying? Getting somebody opportunity, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really just Samaj or Morris.
yeah.
But they are real little niggas. I mean little cat. You know what I'm saying?
Strike two.
First week again.
First week back. We champs, man. What you want us to do, man? We out here. We got linen shirts on.
Any chance like a kick return? Any of these young boys might get some run, like a Jordan Marshall. If he's gonna play, King,
I like that.
Could he
They're
return some
saying like
kickoff?
he should be like 5 to 6 to 9 carries in the run game too. Like
Oh, Cabana, he can't
yeah.
return a punt.
Yeah. If it's any like I said, if it's anybody get it, let it be a young cat, you know what I'm saying, and get him some reps. You know what I mean? Like that's a good way to get him some reps.
That's what I do on college.
But Cole Cabana, he's another name that we ain't talk about much. Who came in, a lot of hype, was hurt, super fast from what everybody said, but never really had his opportunity yet. So
We got so much depth.
find them cats, find a way to get them cats on the field, like you said. B, get them a kick return, get them a punt return, see what they could do, see if they could break one here or there. So,
In this day and age, in order to keep players, you got to play them a little bit because now you mess with kids' money if they don't get on the field.
facts. Every year a cat goes by that they don't play, you're just like waiting on the shoe to drop, like transfer.
Right, exactly. Portal.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it, dog.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna go over here and get this bag. All right, let's real quick, let's talk about the schedule, and then we'll do schedule, and then we'll do season predictions, and then we'll get up out of here. So, you got the schedule in front of you there, King?
Yeah. Fresno first.
Obviously, no, we got Fresno first. I'm not even gonna sit up here in front. Like I did some research into Fresno. I know I shouldn't overlook anybody because the stuff I've been hearing, they've been saying Fresno is actually a solid team. But I can't confirm nor deny that. But nobody has just came out and said, "Yo, they're garbage." Like a team we played, like an ECU last year. We're like, "Oh, they're projected to be just garbage." So, Fresno week 1. The big game we're gonna learn a lot is week 2. Texas B. Ewers is coming in. Talk to me.
Again, I think our defensive line is going to be 10 times better than their offensive line. So pressure shouldn't be an issue. And he ain't going to be able to display the type of quarterback he is because he's just going to be under duress the whole time. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we playing Fresno because, like you saying, Train ain't hurt. I ain't really researched them or know about them, but haven't heard that they're like sorry as hell. So a middle of the road, lesser team, you know what I'm saying, just to get the wheels greased, you know what I'm saying, to see where we're at. But like you said, the big test is number 4 Texas, and it's huge at the beginning of the year because I mean we gonna be ranked 9, they gonna be ranked 4. You know what I'm saying? That could propel us. That could propel us up in the ranking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's a maze out. Yeah, I know. And Texas is starting running back towards ACL. And then the guy that they the 5-star who I guess was supposed to be, obviously getting a lot more touches once he went down, tore his Achilles. So they're operating with some. It sounds like from what they're saying, they're probably their third best back.
Got some
So
bad conditioning over there at Texas.
hey, don't shoot the messengers. I'm just reporting the news as I hear it. So, King, what we looking like after that though? Texas,
Arkansas
we
State.
play Zavada's old school.
Arkansas State, and then USC. USC don't play no defense though.
USC should have fell off. That's at home, right?
Yeah, we got first 5 games are at home. Minnesota after that. Just to speak on that Fresno game, we opened up at a 21.5-point favorite. So that tells you a little bit about
how good they.
But I mean, of course, you don't sleep on your opponent, but
yeah, we should win.
Yeah, we're bound to win.
That's a hard game to sleep on just because it's the first game of the season. It's like you've been waiting to do this all spring, you know what I'm saying, all last year since the national championship game.
If we hold true to what like smash ball, what Sharon Moore is talking about, and we running 35, 40 times a game. And I mean, I hope it's not just like hardball up the gut. I know it's going because we got Orgy back there. I hope it'll be like some read options, you know what I'm saying? Some flair a little bit. But either way, if we win, when we win, I won't care. But during the game, I'm like, man, he should do this, he should do that. But if we winning, like you talking about, you don't know nothing.
The most important thing is the dub.
Yeah. So you say USC, that's at home?
Yeah. Yep. Then you got Minnesota after that.
Yep.
Washington rematch, Craig. That's at Washington.
We're gonna pummel them this year.
USC lost a lot. They're supposed to have another good quarterback, but he ain't Caleb Williams. We know that.
Right.
You got Washington, then Illinois, Michigan State,
then baby brother,
then Oregon, number 3. Oregon at this point, number 3. I mean, after that, Indiana, then Northwestern, and then November 30th, the game.
I like that right there.
So to me, it's if we do what we're supposed to do, it comes down to a 3-game season.
Yeah.
Texas,
Oregon, and Ohio State.
Yep. I agree.
And 1 and 2, Oregon's at the crib, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we got Texas and Oregon at the crib, and Ohio State. We should be feeling like we ain't scared of y'all no more. We
should be feeling like we own that place.
Yeah, we've been
Grande huevos.
So honestly, if it was one of those 3 teams, I'd rather play on the road. It'd be them.
Yeah.
For real, than going down to Texas or out to Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I think
we know Ohio State. We've been there before.
Right. We're comfortable there. It's like familiarity there. So I'll let you start, B. You know, these predictions hold true all year long. Whoever is going to win that, we got a couple different trophies. It's season prediction, and it's week by week score predictions.
So which one we doing first? We doing season prediction right now?
We're doing season predictions right now.
Did I predict a natty last year? Well, I'll go back to the tape later. I'll go back later.
Yeah.
Bruh. 12-0, dog. I don't see why we couldn't. Like you said, it comes down to 3 games. Texas, you gave some great points why we should win that game, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the stuff that they're missing. Oregon, they're a one-trick pony, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got the speed and space, but they don't play no defense, you know what I'm saying? And I know our team does play defense, and we don't know what our offense is yet, but it ain't gonna be like in years past where we win in games 14-7, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be able to put up some points just with the talent we got. And again, I ain't never, like you said, we own Ohio State, you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried going there with the defensive talent we got and the offensive talent we got. So Man.
12-0. Hey, that's your pick. All right, you got it.
I'm 12-0.
King.
Look, man, I wish I'd have went first because I put in my notes, why can't we repeat?
Man.
You know what I mean? Those 3 games are a great point. But with our defense coming back, it could be better. I mean, it could be the same or it could be better. And then our offense is a question mark. So that could be better too. I mean, you never know. So like if we are opening up our playbook and we are allowed to, you know what I'm saying, do more, I don't see why we can't repeat. The great points about Ohio State, we own them. The last time we were there, we beat them. We should go in there comfortable, not having to worry about anything. Texas, if our D-line holds up and our defense is stout like it's supposed to be, Texas gives up a lot of points too. They came from the Big 12, or they're in the Big 12, or not in the SEC, but they came from the Big 12, and they don't play no defense out there, just like the Pac-12. And like Oregon's point, I mean, they give up a lot of points too. If we're holding these guys under what they usually score, and we can smash mouth, do our thing, it's gonna be those type of games. It ain't gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be flair and you know what I'm saying.
Like our style.
Yeah, they're gonna have to play to our style. Like it's like the sentiment I get is like we have to beat them. Like, well, why they don't gotta beat us? Like we the champ. Like we the motherfucking kings around here. Like why we gotta beat them? They gotta come see us. You know what I'm saying? 2 out of the 3 at least. Like we ain't getting still don't get no respect. You go 15-0, first team ever. You know all those glitz and glam and all that, and you still get no respect. It's like I don't get it, bro. But I'll say 12-0. Undefeated season. Why not?
All right.
For them to tell us we can't, you know? Remember the Titans. Yeah.
I'm going to go with 10-2.
Advocate.
But I'm going to say we still make the playoffs. So what I'm saying does not eliminate us from a title run because obviously it's a 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
It's just a tough schedule.
It is, bro.
Regardless whether they home or away. That's a lot of – we got 4 top 10 teams on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody else – 3?
3 top 10 teams. Texas, Oregon, and Ohio State. USC is 23.
Penn State.
Where they at?
Oh, no, we don't play Penn State this
year.
Yep. So, yeah, you're right. I'm just so used to playing them every year.
It's changed.
No more divisions.
I don't know how it's the Big 10 when there's like 15, 16.
Big 18, Nick. Big 18.
Right. Well, even still, I'm going to stick by that. It's just that's just tough. Even if you're a good team, you know, just to not stub your toe here or there. One against a great one of those good teams, and then just a random. Why are we in a game? Like 2 years ago, we had to scrap tooth and nail to beat Illinois with a last-second field goal. You know what I'm saying? Just one of them, just sleepy days. Like I'm hoping that is wrong, but I'm still predicting. I'm predicting for the record we make the playoffs, just not as an undefeated team. So, and that might give us a little bit of more
fire
shoulder. Yeah. Like okay, they didn't wrote us off because we took a loss, but we still here. I do think with 10-2, you can still get in depending upon who those losses are to. You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't think they're going to be to one of them sorry squads. It's going to be to somebody ranked in the top 10 or top 5.
Also, we got to take into consideration that when we play those teams down the road, they might not be who we think they are. You know what I mean? Like they might not be that team ranked in the top 10.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Or a team that's unranked.
Yeah.
Later
be as sorry as we think they are, like a Fresno
like,
State.
Oh damn, Minnesota got a squad or whoever, you know, not them, but just a random team like that, you know. So kind of guys got to wait to see how things shake out. The preseason rankings are just that preseason ranking. They don't know. We saw
Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State got popped as top 10 versus Georgia Tech. Right. Like, come on now.
That everybody usually writes off Georgia Tech.
Yep. So, let's get into some game predictions for this week. Not UNLV, Fresno. We play UNLV. Was that
That's how
last?
minuscule they are. No, I'm just playing. Y'all ain't minuscule. But
Yeah. All right. So Fresno, Devontae Adams and Carr. Ain't that where
Carr.
they
yeah.
went? So we got Fresno coming in week 1. I'll go first. I'm gonna go with a 38-10.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I'm gonna go with a 38-10.
We going me?
Go ahead, B.
I had already wrote it down. I'm going 28-10.
28-10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a spread cover. You got a non-spread cover. Like it.
See, y'all be knowing. I don't know that insight right now.
I'm going 30. I'm going 35-13.
So you're just gonna bid $1 over me like Bob Barker? I'm just playing.
Oh, shit.
The price is right.
Every time people do that, they get the meme mug too. You be looking over like
1 cent.
All right, you got him locked in, King?
Locked in.
All right. Before we get out of here, King, talk to us. IG, we popping, we back. I see you back.
Yeah.
You back getting active. The season's here. It's no more sabbaticals. We back posting.
Yeah, get back on there with us. We on IG. We love fan interaction. Hey, if you're deep enough in the streets with the Michigan Maize and Blue, holla at us in the DMs. You know, we like to bring guests on too. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear from people that listen and take in the experience with us. So IG at the Michigan Man Cave Podcast. Holla at me and us, all of us.
B, what's going on? I know the Wild X is Wild Xing.
Love it. I love it. That's why I don't be on Instagram, because you get on X, you can say whatever you want. They don't never correct my tweets. No, but we on X, formerly known as Twitter, Michigan Man Cave Podcast. The profile picture, if you get confused, is all 3 of us at the national championship game, so you can't miss it. I got that national championship trophy pinned to the top of the profile, baby. It ain't going nowhere. But join us. I already got people lined up we're going to have on the podcast this year, you know what I'm saying? Try to get more people to interact with us because we love it, you know what I'm saying? We do it because we like interacting with our fans. So holla at us on Twitter. X.
Formerly known as Twitter.
Right. You know what I mean.
All right.
It's probably known that.
If we ain't got nothing else for the greater good, we'll see y'all back next week after we 1-0.
The defending national champion.
Feels good. It feels
like
good.
I said, with national champ in front of it, baby. Oh, blue.
Killer Kale, drop something for us on the way out, and we'll catch y'all next week. Go follow us, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.